Yes, indeed. So the Bulldogs, Patrick Templeman, lots of attacking flair out wide.
Can I feel it?
And here is Patrick Templeman. The 20-year-old is going to kick it all off. He's a great goal kicker. And we're underway in this Holden Cup match. It's going to be the Junior Warriors who are going to be having the first possession. Very important to start off the game with a good set of football. And James Taylor back in the starting lineup. Gets his hands on the ball to start the match. We can see that Bulldogs defence.
Off the ball now.
Very keen to make a statement early.
Just one marker.
Michael Seal.
Out through.
15 metres inside his own half. Lolo here gives it back to Taylor for his second up. Fell into the tackle there of Blake Carter, the hooker for the Bulldogs. Leno. Well, you can see players slipping over. We heard that with Stephen McIver and also Richie Barnett a moment ago. And it's not going to improve at all as the cold conditions mean dew will settle on the ground pretty early in this particular match.
Some good defence there from the Bulldogs, rushing up, good line speed. You'd expect that in the first set of 6. Their chance now with the footy.
This is Rintol. Dylan Rintol, a 20-year-old. He's played in all 8 games this season, scored 7 tries too, so almost averaging a try a game. Barner is in there, and that is going to attract the attention of the officials.
Wait for his call.
Tackle 3.
Going to be play on in the end.
Don't work with our Warriors.
You mentioned referees. Good to see former Warrior in the referee's box, I should say, up the third ref.
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
That'd been Justin Morgan. And also seen former Warrior coach and Daniel Anderson here. Of course, the referee's boss now.
Bukatai, the junior Kiwi from last year. Very good player at the fullback position for the Junior Warriors as Finau, who's taken 20 metres out from his own line. There's a nice play. There's Lolo here, comes in off the wing. Michael Seal gives it back to Taylor. I think we're going to see a lot of players slipping over as the dew settles in this game. Nice offload, but unable to capture the ball there was Tuamavavi Gerard, and he's dropped it, spilled it forward.
Just looking to overplay the situation there. Albert Vete coming across the field. Pushes his nose through the line after the initial offload. Looking for the round the corner pass. And he should have taken that to Mavavi Gerard. So just putting themselves under pressure.
Second row, I want you to
Great opportunity for the visiting side to try and post for first points.
Outside legs up.
Stay here with me, boys.
Stand square.
Don't go early, David.
Wait for the out call. Out.
So a couple of errors early, giving the Bulldogs a bit of possession.
Expect the ball to go to the left edge quite a bit for the Bulldogs. They're very potent. They've scored 26 tries this year down the left edge. You compare that to what the Warriors score on their left edge, only 11, so it certainly is their go-to area.
Carter darts out a dummy half, and is SC. 30 metres out from the Warriors line. He's sloppy play the ball. It's going to be a turnover.
One error apiece now from these two sides. There's no rain in sight, which is a great thing. Very cold here in Wellington, but there is a dew on the ground. You see, just getting up to play the ball. One of the fundamental skills needed in a footy player. The poor attention to skill there.
Yeah, thankfully all that rain is gone. The conditions are cold in Wellington. You've been out there, Owen. It's been a tough afternoon for everyone, really. Well, best place to be has been running around on a football field.
Well, it was a lot worse this morning, so the fact that the drizzle's gone was a good thing. Certainly need a beanie if you've got no hair, like myself, outside.
All right, we're set to go, boys.
The Warriors already had a couple of dummy half runs. Expect them to do a lot of that in this game. The outside backs getting in and doing some work, helping out the forwards.
You mentioned too the number of tries that Bulldogs have scored down that left-hand side. Of course, on the wing, on the left wing, right at the very edge is John Seeley's a monster. 107 kilos for a winger at 20 years of age. He scored 11 tries. Keep your eye on him. He is not a player, if you're a Warriors fan, who you want to see in space in this particular match.
He's a very good player. Second on the most tries in the season, in the NRL, I should say, Holden Cup.
Tell you he's not too bad too, as Carter, who shrugged off Sealer in that particular run too. Ivana.
Move, dogs!
Set now, Bulldogs, get square.
Wait here, wait!
Lawler here plays dummy half this time.
Up 12! Come on!
Yes, if players continue to slip, and James Taylor, who has possession at the moment, is one of those players. It'll be interesting to see if they put the long sprigs on at half-time.
Well, I'd suspect that not a lot of them bought them. That's why they haven't got them on already.
Well, the Warriors looking reasonably light. There is Vete there.
15.
Has again showed how damaging he can be.
Just hold it here. No, it's on him. It's on him.
Last tackle.
Up you come, Marcus.
So last tackle, finally we get the play underway. And it's going to be Lino to the air. Switches play back to the left-hand side. It's been spilled. That will be more possession for the Junior Warriors. And Tuamavavi Gerard is going to feed off that mistake. Finau has possession. Scoots out a dummy half. Tremendous pace off the mark.
David, release!
Alamoti Finau.
Hold.
Seal plays the ball. Back to Seal. And Barner spies a gap. Almost gets it, David Barner too.
Straight up. 2.
Seal again. Gives it out to Lino. Lino with the play that's been spilled. That's a pretty poor effort there from Carter. Disappointing end of that.
It was a disappointing end. They've shifted the ball across. The first real time they've had the Dogs in their 20. The Warriors get an attacking raid. They come up with some pretty poor skill, Richie.
And with the Warriors, I think, Arwen too, it's about being patient and just building into the game. And they were guilty of that last week against the Titans. And the Warriors just need to settle into a rhythm. And of course, you can see the slippery conditions, and 3 or 4 players already have slipped over. That's a real concern.
What about the wind, Richie? We saw the last kick, a floater go up, and the Bulldogs unable to take the ball.
Yeah, I think the wind just died actually before the game started. There was no wind whatsoever, and this is what probably going to happen throughout this match. Is it's going to start to pick up, which it is right now. Is it favouring? No. Well, it swirls around. It changes dramatically the direction. So I don't know where it favours at the moment.
Well, Blake Carter scoots out a dummy half. Thanks, Richie. I tell you what, there's some pretty good defence on this set of 6-2 from the Warriors. Good kick downfield. Plenty of space here for Hukatai. But the chase was good from the Bulldogs.
Right side. Hold. Go.
Back to the middle.
Lolo here.
Tackle
Cut down
Go.
by Moses Mbai. Played 40 games in the Holden Cup. Has Moses Mbai, very experienced despite being 19. Still got another year in this competition to go too.
Well, add to that 40 games, he scored 26 tries, so he is a danger for the Warriors. They certainly have to shut him down. They're doing a good job though, the Warriors, defending the Bulldogs. Now they get a chance to set up for some attack.
Line me up. Hold here.
Albert Vete has been a handful already. Not an easy player to bring down for any team that he plays against.
Clear him 10.
One. Hold here. Hold. Go.
Seal plays the ball. Nice show of the ball too. Changing direction was Fusi Tua. So good field position here for the Junior Warriors. Play on as the call as Lino fires it out to Faitala Mariner. Ranging up as he does on the right-hand side, Taylor. Straight ahead goes James Taylor, the 18-year-old from Northcote on the north shore of Auckland. Vete again slips over. Got to be a feature of this game, folks, no question. Lola here puts the ball on the foot. Regathers. Did he get it down? I think he did get it down.
Good play there from the number 6, Sui Lolohea. Taking the line on. Some good carries earlier from the prop forwards, getting some quick play the balls. And then just having the defence in two minds, whether he was going to pass long. Elects to drop it to the foot. A nice piece of skill. Sees him come up with the first try of the day. Here we go, short side. Dummies, feints the pass, puts the ball to boot, and then surges over.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, he finished well. Those Bulldog defenders were sweating on him, trying to get under the body of Lolohea. Ooh, a close call. The referees awarded the try.
Well, of course, we have the
Video captain's challenge, don't
captain's challenge. They have up until they take the kick to put the challenge in. Doesn't look as if the words come to the Bulldog side to offer the challenge, but you certainly think that they could have used it there.
They certainly could have. It would have been a pretty interesting one for the video referee had it been challenged. Of course, that's unique to the NYC this season, isn't it? The captain's challenge being trialled this year. Interesting to see how it goes, whether it gets moved into the NRL maybe next year. I guess you get a good debate about that. You get people who will say yes, others who will say definitely not. It slows the game down too much. However, that discussion comes at a later time. Here's Mason Lenore lining up this conversion.
It's looking good.
Well, it was a patient build up to that conversion, wasn't it? Paid off. 6 points to 0 after 10 minutes.
Not a lot happening there, Richie, and Lolohea just takes it on himself to come up with some magic.
Yeah, they stacked on the left-hand side. Like 5-on-3 here. He opted to kick through. The urgency wasn't all that great. The fullback could have come across. He was in position there. He should have really attacked Toi Moala and really applied the pressure early.
6 points to 0 it is. Lolahea's try, and here comes James Taylor.
Tackle one! Off now!
Well, if the two first-grade sides are watching this before they leave the hotel, I'm sure that getting a long pair of boots or sprigs is a must, because these players are just slipping like they're on a cake of ice.
Certainly, it's like they've got ice skates on ice. There's no question. It's
Off now, Warriors cleared! Yeah, come on.
frustrating to watch, and no doubt frustrating for the players themselves as well. As Mbai. On the cutback comes Fui Lalo for the Bulldogs.
Off the ball, 9 off the ball.
6 tries this season for Danny Fui Lalo. And there goes Blake Carter, sees a gap. The Warriors have got to be careful now. Nice offload too. Charging for the line and hit hard is Crichton. That tackle needed to be made, and it was Taylor who came up with the goods. Still alive for the Bulldogs. Fuka Fuka.
Off the ball, 12. Out of there.
In possession. Carter again. Lloyd Perrott. He's a solid lad for just 18 years of age, isn't he, Lloyd Perrott? The brother of Sam. Down into the backs it comes. The fullback is Tim Wynn. Fires it out to Sila on the left-hand side. And there is try number 12 for the season for John Sila.
Well, you knew it was going to come that way. They'd worked in the middle, they'd pushed the ball to the right. They're setting up for the long shift on the last play. Instead of putting the kick in, they backed their big winger. Scored a couple of tries on a losing side last weekend.
Want to keep it?
And why wouldn't you? Here's the initial error. Again, Vete looking for the offload. They put it down. Should have been taken. And then on the back of that, they spread the ball to the left. Nice cutout pass there from Templeman. And the big man, Sila, goes in.
Yes, 107 kilos of junior Bulldogs muscle there. You can see he saw the corner, never took his eyes off it. 28th game for John Sila in the Bulldogs, junior Bulldogs. He scored 31 tries. That is some strike rate.
Why wouldn't you? You've got to get the ball to him a lot more. So in defence, the Warriors, they're going to have to mark up and get off their line and try and restrict the metres that he gets.
And here's Patrick Templeman, an interesting player as well. Here's his percentage this season, 69%. 91 points this season, so he could bring up 100 points. First player to bring up 100 points for 2013. Might even do it in this game, who knows? But his goal-kicking duties are starting off with the toughest one possible. Wide out on his unfavoured side.
That's away.
So 13 and a half minutes played. It's 6 points to 4. The Warriors in front. Pretty simple try, Richie, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lola here actually gave him Silla too much room here. It was a very simple set piece. There was only one decoy reel that really to hold up the defence, and the Warriors reacted slowly. Lola here just gave him too much room and didn't really aim up and apply the pressure on Big John Silla.
14 minutes played in this Holden Cup match. It's the Junior Warriors leading the Junior Bulldogs 6 points to 4. And we've seen some promising play from both sides so far in these slippery conditions. A lot of rain earlier in the day in Wellington. That's all gone now, but it's cold, which means lots of moisture on the pitch.
Here it is, here it is. Hold, go.
And here's Blake Carter at dummy half. Perrott coming in hard for that tackle. One of the Junior Warriors players, it was the centre Carter, and on the left-hand side. Look out for Dylan Rintoul as he kept himself in play. No.
Well, good defence there from Lola here. This time, making amends for maybe a poor effort to allow the Bulldogs to score. He's come across in cover and then dragged the Bulldogs player, Rintoul, over the sideline. Good defence.
One set here, boys, one set. 60 seconds.
I'm sure, mate. It's good. Okay, down we go.
So this is giving the Warriors good field position.
Wait for the out call. Put it in.
Wait here.
Put it in.
40 metres out now. Kumar Sampson is on now for the Junior Warriors off the bench. Taylor taking a breather. And here's Tuamoala. Lula here.
Well, the reports James Taylor has actually come off injured.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. And here is
Up now, get square.
Sampson.
Go.
Seal. Changing direction. Come the Junior Warriors.
Come on, 13 now.
Set up opportunities left and right and centre field here. And it's going to come to the left through Lino. Lolo here, the try scorer. Galloping for a gap. There's Tuamavavi Gerard. 12 metres out. Things building nicely here for the Junior Warriors again. Sampson gets his hands on the ball for the second time in this set.
Last one foot to the line, Moses. Clear there.
There's the kick on the last tackle, drifting out to the left. Oh, nicely taken there by the Bulldogs.
I got it.
That's one.
That was well taken.
It was a great take.
Yours, mate.
Under pressure.
13, David.
See how keen these Warriors are. Players are getting in there and trying to make some effective tackles. Barnett is in there. Tuamavavi Gerard.
Square up, hold.
Leo Levave up there, AFL styles. Good take.
Certainly was fantastic. Saved the try for his team, arguably. Here goes Carter out of dummy half. Inside, this could be a 40-20. Oh, instead, it's out on the full.
Well, he's tried for a 40-20. The Warriors were on the back foot.
Keep it.
Yeah, I'll go.
There's always an element of risk if you're trying to punch the ball towards the sideline. This time, just off the side of the boot. Well inside the 40.
Yeah, mate.
Graham won't be happy with that effort.
Certainly not. Not a bad option from Patrick Templeman there. Winger was slightly out of position. It's just the execution. So completion rate's pretty low at the moment from both teams, 56 to 50.
Wait. Go.
Yours.
Thanks, mate.
Always asking questions of the defence is Lolo Hare off that right wing side for the Warriors. Fusi Tua, leading try scorer for the team this season. Here goes Lino. Lino trying to create uncertainty in that defensive line. Hukatai.
Off the ball now, off the ball. Get square.
Down the Warriors come into good field position again. Solomoni Kata holds the ball well. Back go the Bulldogs. Can the Bulldogs hang on here? This is relentless play from the Warriors at the moment. Within an inch of the line goes Seal. Lino has the ball, ricochets straight into the hands of David Minnett, and away goes Minnett. Can he link up? Templeman is tackled just inside the Warriors' half. Quick play the ball required here for the Bulldogs.
Well, they've gone the wrong way. Numbers on the left, they've come the short side, the Warriors able to shut the play down.
And a penalty to the Bulldogs.
Borderline on the one before, mate. Flop.
Yeah.
This is where it all went to Custard.
Unable to find space. Minnett picks the ball up, charges off, and then in support Templeman. And Mason Leno penalised for holding on a little too long. Was it Barner?
Stay behind.
Yes, an example there, Richie, of how a team can be under severe pressure and turn it into something meaningful very quickly.
Absolutely, and the defence, the scramble defence actually from the Warriors, they got that there very, very quickly. And just an update on James Taylor, he's going to strap up his right knee and see if he can enter the game later on.
Well, here's big questions for the junior Warriors, getting close as parents. In fact, it was SSE.
Great
It's been
defence.
over the line.
Good defence there from Lola here.
He can't disappear, mate. He can't disappear.
It's because he's crawling
Getting
forward.
under the ball.
Just wait for the ref.
It was a strong surge.
That's soon, use your foot.
Lola here scored a try, effective on attack, good on defence that time. But still questions to be answered here.
See offside, watch it.
Here is Lloyd Perrott. Carter. Gives it out to Mbai. On the left, it goes to Sealer again. That's too easy. It's a double to John Sealer. He's going to ask questions of that Warriors defence all night. 8 points to 6 with the kick to come.
Well, Billy Lola here got caught turning in. A great option when you've got this man out on the left edge. Just get him the ball. This time again, Templeman, the long ball. You're not going to stop him from that distance, Rich.
Certainly not, Arwen. And he was in between. He had the centre and the wing of the mark, but he's got to commit to that guy and rely on his inside defenders to come across.
Well, this is the thing, guys, isn't it? There's no secret here, is there? I mean, the Bulldogs are going to go to the left. You mentioned all the tries they've scored this season, Owen. There's no secret here. The Warriors know what's coming at them.
It's knowing what's happening and stopping that are two different things. The Warriors, they've got to believe in themselves. They've got to get up off the line and just be aware that whether it's the last play, fourth play, any play, first play, that the option is there to go to Sealer.
What a strike rate he has. 32 tries in 28 games. And here's Patrick Templeman again, a 20-year-old. Very tough conversion. Identical spot to his first attempt. 5 or 10 minutes back now.
It's good.
Struck that one much better. Well, that's an excellent kick. 10 points to 6 it is. We've had 22 minutes in this first half.
Well, the option here for the Dogs at the moment is that they can probably afford to actually take the line on. Look to shape to go left with John Siller, use him up, and then take the line. They've got players who actually have got good line breaks. Mumbai, certainly, and Graham, who have tackle busts are fantastic this season, so they become a threat even more so.
10 points to 6 it is. It's the Bulldogs, 2 tries to 1 over the Warriors in this Holden Cup match. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here on Sky Sport, also Fox Sports through Australia. Lasoni is on now for the Warriors, and there's a good solid hit coming in there from Raymond Faitala Mariner on Lloyd Perrott. Some driving defence this time. This could spark up the junior Warriors. Danny Fuilalo is driven right back, but he's recovered fairly effectively, you'd have to say there. Carter darts out a dummy half.
Tackle forward. Come on, hold in, mate.
Esse
Move now.
take him down inside his own half. Last tackle with a kick downfield was Moses Mbai.
It's outside. You right, mate?
And Hukatai in good position. And now a chance for Lola here to stretch those legs.
Tackle one. With me, dogs. With me. Here. Hold. Go. Left side.
So 35 metres out from their own line early in the set.
Two.
Seal. Fusitua trying to inject himself into the game. We know how effective he is. Fairly quiet 23 minutes so far from him. Here's Lasoni off the bench.
Come on, up again.
Left side. Hold. Go.
Sampson.
5 last.
Release it,
Good set of 6 this time so far. 62 metres gained there for the Warriors. That's pretty effective. Running it on the last 2 as Tuamavavi Gerard gives it out to Finau.
Play on.
Play on is the call. It's Bulldogs possession anyway.
Hold, go.
Well, again, player slipping.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
They elected to run it on the last.
Shoulder charge.
Warriors now penalised for a shoulder charge. Getting up and aggressive in defence.
Stand
Yeah, I think a fairly easy one there for the referee to make.
On the line, guys. Use the line. Out wide. Go.
So this was what the penalty was for.
Going against Seal, Michael Seal, with the shoulder charge.
So more possession for the Bulldogs. And they're in the Warriors' half again. Parrott offloads the ball this time. And Rintol.
3 there. 9.
Bulldogs are playing well, aren't they?
Here it is. With me and hold.
Good range of ball runners. And here comes Crichton. Crichton makes a half bust. Robbie Kamoto off the bench, has his hands on the ball inside the Warriors' 10-metre line. Last tackle.
Second marker, no.
Here's the little brother through, and it's going to be gathered by Lolo here. Can he get out of trouble?
Swap again.
Good chase from the Bulldogs.
Great play from the Bulldogs. They've gone to their strike man.
You're good.
The last 2 times they're down this end of the field. Out on the left this time. They back themselves to put pressure on the Warriors. Force the repeat. And guess where I'd be aiming up?
No, that's NRL.
I think they're going to go back to the left, Warriors.
Time to run here.
Got to admire the way they're playing at the moment, Richie. The Bulldogs, a good all-round game, aren't they?
Certainly, very disciplined actually in the way they're approaching this game. They realise that it is slippery. They realise that it's important to hold on to that ball and build pressure. And on the back end of it, why don't you just throw a long pass to John Silla?
There goes Fuka. Now it is in the hands of David Minnett. Saw him make a big bust. He's a big, solid lad, isn't he? 19 years old. Already 29 games in this competition. And away goes Crichton. Crichton getting very close. Did he get the ball down? He's been held up. He's been held up.
Up easy there.
The Warriors able to turn him onto his back.
Wait for me now.
We've had a couple of good defensive effort from the Warriors.
Here we go.
Stopped one earlier.
On the line.
And again, repelling the attack from the Bulldogs.
The attack continues, of course. 2 or 3 metres out. Kamoto gives it out to Mbai, and out of the wing it goes. Asila again.
Well, it's a hat-trick.
Well, it's a hat-trick inside 27 minutes.
Well, you knew the ball was going to go out that way. The Warriors knew it as well, and it looks as if Vili Lolohere's in 2 minds here. He's rushing out now, trying to shut the play down at the centre. But, of course, with a cutout pass, he's coming up with no one. Here it is. They go to the left, the long ball, and then again, the same man, Templeman, finds the guy out wide, Richie, and the Warriors are coming up empty at the moment.
Well, it was actually the pass. Templeton, you've got to give credit to Templeton. The part was superb. There's not much Carter could have done. He had to come up to mark his man for man, but it was the pass, and it was a perfect one. And he's got 3 early on the match.
This is a dream game from John Sealer.
He's a monster.
He is a monster. 107 kilos, boys. 107.
Well, there's the bloke that played in the under-20s a few years back who has the try-scoring record in a game against the Warriors of 5. That man, Benny Barber. Will we see Sealer surpass that? Well, if he carries on this way, he might have 100 tries by the end of today.
And here is Templeman again from the same spot. 1 out of 2 so far, looking for a repeat of his last kick. And this one is whacked away to the left.
Oh, watch both ways, mate.
Well, I reckon
the score, 14-6, sorry, Owen.
I reckon he has a fair few practices from out that way.
Yes.
Because this bloke scored a fair few tries out on that far left edge. But again, good play, great options. Leaves the Warriors short a man. And if you're getting it to that guy with no one marking up, there's going to be a try every time.
Well, Templeman's probably thinking after Sealer got his hands on the ball before he scored that try, oh, there I go again, I have to kick another one from the sideline.
The obvious thing with the Warriors is their condensed defence. The first pass from the Doggies at the moment is going one wide and is skipping probably 4 or 5 players. So that was an issue last week against the Titans, and it is an issue tonight, so they need to rectify that. They need to spread out wide because their first pass is quite a wide one.
The other thing, of course, Richie, is when the ball's inside the Warriors 20, that threat's always there. The Warriors have to start playing a bit of field position, get the hands on the ball and stay down the Bulldogs' end of the field.
They actually haven't had their hands on the ball a lot in the last 5 or 10 minutes, have they? The Junior Warriors, it's been all the Bulldogs. 14-6 it is at the moment. Barner is in there trying to lead by example. There's the last tackle. It's Mbai. He kicks the ball downfield. Let's split the defenders. And it's going to be Warriors possession. So a chance to get them, see what they can do on attack here. Let's get some possession, Owen, to do something.
Well, the Warriors have done 20 more tackles at the moment, 111 tackles. The Dogs only 91. It takes a little bit of juice out of your big men. That's why you'll see the outside backs of the Warriors getting in dummy half runs. We're trying to shift the ball just to the edges to get them involved.
10 missed tackles already, 2 for the Warriors, 10 minutes out from half-time. Well, despite this rough patch, the Warriors are still in it on the scoreboard. Here's a penalty, that'll help for the Warriors.
Kamoto giving away a penalty there. Hand on the ball. I haven't seen Cutter get early ball yet, Richie. He's a player that can come up with something if you give him nice early ball out on that right edge.
Well, certainly territory is a key ingredient there to get him the ball in space and time, and we know he's certainly got the strength to go through the line and cause all sorts of havoc, but they've just got to be more patient in the way they play. I think they need to take a blueprint in what the Bulldogs are doing right now, and that's just controlling the game, being simple in the process, and this is a great run.
Here goes Lasoni. It is Lasoni who's gone over and scored the try. Sam Lasoni, one of several very effective ball-running props. His second rise that the Warriors have. And that'll lift his team's performance. It's 14-10.
Well, he's dead set beat one defender to cross over. A great surge onto the ball. Here he is, one off the ruck. Just a little bump, and then he goes over untouched. You have to say pretty poor defence there from the Bulldogs.
This was very similar to Albert Vetti's try last week, wasn't it?
Very good carry. That's what you want. The forwards, I mentioned, have done a lot of work. Defensively, you get your prop forward steps up and says, all right, boys, come with me. I'll show you the way. Great stuff, Lasoni.
So Sam Lasoni, his second try in the Junior Warriors. 19 years of age, came through Otahu. Just an example, isn't it, of you're on defence and you're playing the Junior Warriors. You've got to mark up straight away, don't you? Because the tremendous pace off the mark some of these lads have.
Oh, they're athletes, aren't they? They're really quick off the mark. Big, powerful. It was actually Kamoto who missed that tackle there, 14. He was the one that gave away the penalty, so he's come on and had a negative impact off the bench. I'm sure that he'll bounce back, though, and do some good stuff for his side in the second half.
So Mason Lenore, 144 points last year for the Junior Warriors, 63 before this game. Already has 1 conversion. And make that 2. It's 14-12. There's 7 minutes to half-time.
Well, we knew that there was going to be a battle, these two sides. For the most part of this game, you'd have to say that the Bulldogs were on top. They were more clinical, really putting the Warriors under pressure. The Warriors can switch just like that, and now they're right back at it. The thing with the Warriors, when they score points, they get some momentum. Everyone steps up the pace. I wouldn't be surprised if they go close to getting another 4-pointer on this set.
Vincent Arfoa is out there. Oh, very close to leaving behind was Kurt Robinson.
Out now, Moses.
He knows this weather well. He was born in Lower Hutt, played for the Petone Panthers in the Hutt Valley. Solomoni Kata.
Hold it, Dave. Go.
Robinson gives it out to Faitala Mariner.
Clear him, Dogs.
Tackle 4, here. Go.
5 metres inside his own half. And here comes the try scorer, Lasoni.
Get square.
That's the way to run the ball, isn't it?
That's what we want to see, all right, is Lino. Willis ricochet for the Warriors. Oh, a close one there for
Knock on by Warriors.
Kata.
Hand over.
Change over here, boys.
Well, he's gone for a big play here, Kata.
He certainly has.
Instead of putting boot to ball, just trying to kick it downfield, he's gone for the pickup at pace. A very difficult thing to do.
Yes, if he managed to regather that would have been one of the plays of the year.
Here's 10. Hold. Go.
Is good.
Well, John Sealer got tackled then. Did I see that right, Owen?
Yeah, you did. See the completion rate. The Warriors behind in that department, only 64%. I'm sure they'll be talking about that at halftime.
Oh, that pass looks suspect, but Minute is through. David Minute, can he link up? The answer is no. And pretty sloppy piece of play there from both teams, to be fair. Yeah, the referee, it's going to be more Bulldogs possession. Watch this pass from to Minute. Oh, flat at best.
Yeah, I think that was forward. They've let it go. And then it's been called a knock-on for the Warriors.
I think the knock-on, yes.
Finau just got a hand to it when he was coming back.
Well, it's a double block play, isn't it? Thinking that the sweeping runner was going to get the ball, but the lead runner gets the ball. The defence of the Warriors obviously coming up with the wrong option and reading defence there. Well executed.
Graham feeding the scrum. Here's a Fualalo. This is good field position for the Doggies here. Here goes Rintol. Rintol trying to link up with Sela again. This time he kept the ball. If there was ever a chance for Sela to get the ball in, it was right then, but he didn't get it. Crichton asking questions of the Warriors defence, close to the goal line. Into the back. Oh, that's been coughed up by Minute. Perhaps a little bit of justice there.
Well, he's taken his eye off the ball here, thinking about what he was going to do once he got to the defenders. He's had a little skip and a snatch at the ball. There it is, out the back.
Just a little trigger happy with his hands there.
Hold here.
Some good defence from the Warriors, getting back in numbers.
Skipping off the back of the scrum. This is an excellent run by Finau, who came in and picked off the scrum to give it some real punch. Off that scrum feed from Lino. Referee ruled that was okay. Play on. Marco square. Robinson plays the ball. And now the Warriors are on the halfway line. Another 10-metre gain. This time it was Vincent Arfoa. Lolohea loves to run with the ball in front of him.
Watch your hands.
Ooh, he almost lost possession. Like a cake of soap it was that time, but he managed to regather. Lino goes high. This one's coming down on Templeman. Templeman is tackled and it's going to be in a penalty.
Well, you can hear the referee saying 17, you're off.
Here's 10, Morris.
Arfoa.
You're in front, mate. We're trying to call you up.
Was a man very keen chase. It was in front of the kicker.
Yes, just a little too keen that time. The Warriors had a good roll on then. It's hard not to be enthusiastic when you get a good roll on.
Hold here. Go.
Fuka.
Get square up.
Go.
They're good.
Played for the Aussie schoolboys last year at Fuka. 2 tests against New Zealand. Player of immense talent, the 19-year-old, number 3 for the Bulldogs. Hasn't seen much of the play go his way so far. It's been mainly on the left, where Steelers scored all those tries, of course. 2 minutes to half-time. And it's going to be Lloyd Perrott.
Keep coming through.
Playing the ball, skipping out of dummy half is Kamoto. Now here goes Sealer. See those legs pumping.
He's got some gas, doesn't he?
You want to go? Yeah, it's been kicked.
And he loves his football, what, wouldn't you? He'll have his score of the tries that he
Yeah, I'll
does.
keep it. I'll just follow.
Your whistle.
He'd be sending his parents broke if he got $5 a try.
Yes, indeed. He probably already has, actually. Scoring tries by the bucket load through his teenage years. Well, that was a one-on-one strip, but it's been ruled play on, not lost forward by Lolohoea. He's having an interesting night. Again, players slipping. The dew setting in here at Westpac Stadium. Cold nights. This is Kuma Sampson.
Wait here. Hold square. Go.
Inside the last minute till half-time. Been a very competitive match so far. 14 points to 12.
Go.
Lino with the short kick this time. Can he regather? It's play on. Lino's got it. Lolohoea has it. And Lolohoea is under the bar.
And that's what the Warriors can do to you. They can turn nothing into something. Lino says it's his time to step up and do something for his side. A little chip kick, and the halves combine.
And that is a crucial score just before half-time, Richie Barnett.
It's Evelyn footy, isn't it, at its best? Playing what's in front of you, seizing opportunities when you need to. And Mason Lino, outstanding, kick through, and good support there from Lolohoea. A timely one and a good one.
Well, they teed that up because you see Lolohoea on the inside. He knew that the play was on. Great support, like he always does. Under the post.
You might question that last pass from Lino to Lolohoea, but it's in the scorebook. Lolohoea has a double, and that is a crucial score before half-time. And here is Mason Lino lining up this conversion. And we're going to be out here just a fraction longer. Mason Lino's ball, the ball drops over there, so 16 points to 14. 3 tries apiece. Goal kicking has been crucial, and more the position of the tries being scored on the field. All the tries out wide to the Bulldogs. All the tries handing to the post for the Warriors, and that's why the Junior Warriors leading half-time against the Junior Bulldogs in this Holden Cup match. It's 18 to 14.
It's been a good game. Plenty more to come in the second 40.
Yeah, you're dead right, Owen Gutenberg, as we get the second half of the match underway with the Warriors leading by 4. And straight away it's Templeman, who has been tackled. That ball landing in an awkward position. Look at the Warriors sweating, players sweating on Sealer. They're all keen to tackle him after he scored a hat-trick in the first half.
Clear him, Morris.
That's 3. Hold here. Go.
Here goes David Minnett. David Minnett.
He's
a powerful ball runner, isn't he?
Oh, he's been really good for the Bulldogs. Only player in the game so far to run over 100 metres. 113.
Last one.
And that was Fuka who has given the ball back to Templeman. And here comes Hukatai. Not much opportunity for him in the first half.
That's one.
Marcus. In fact, it is, of course, Lolahea who collected that ball rather than Hukatai. Here's Solomoni Kata.
2. 13 with me.
Square.
Hold. 2. Need you quicker,
So
right?
Robinson has stayed out there at the start of the second half.
3.
Fusitua luring an early penalty in the second half.
Slow one over there, then you're on the ball. A second effort.
Went back over. Went back over for the ball.
How was the halftime talks, Richie?
Yeah, he climbed back over him to grab the ball.
Owen, the Bulldogs, obviously, they're very pleased with their first half performance. They stay patient and get to the kick and apply the pressure back onto the Warriors. And for the Warriors side, they want to be patient too. It's going to be an arm wrestle right to the very end, so they have to be very patient with the ball and be smart about it and aim up in defence, particularly what we said on there with John Siller at the moment, is they've just got to spread from inside out and really help out on the right edge.
They'll always ear to the ground, Richie.
12. That's 2. Wait here.
Here's David Barner. Lino gathers that one in nicely. Ranging up is Faitala Mariner. The perfect start to the second half for the Warriors. It's try number 4.
Well, you can see the intensity as soon as the Warriors started this second half. Defensively, they were right up there. Players hungry to get involved. They get the opportunity to start attacking the Dogs' line. And a nice long pass there, well taken by Lino. And then really a solo effort, a skip and a fend. Great work by Faitala Mariner.
Again, and a player of how effective you run to the gap sometimes, you can really cause some damage, particularly when this chap gets his speed up. His 4th career try, Ray Faitala Mariner. The Junior Warriors extend their lead. It's 22-14. That halftime chat you referred to, Richie, has really come through in bucket loads, hasn't it?
Certainly has, there, boys, and I tell you what, it's been a strength of the Warriors at the moment. Their back rows actually don't get the credit they deserve, but both Faitala Mariner and Adam Tumu-Gerard have been potent on left and right edge and have come up with joy this season. And if you're a big man on the edge, you certainly want to get in and away and use your fend out wide on smaller defenders.
So here's Mason Lino. Picture of concentration again, 100% so far in this game. And he's going to preserve that record. 24 points to 14. 4 minutes done in the second half.
You see it again, good play from the Warriors. Pass going wide, a lot like the Bulldogs were doing earlier, skipping 3 defenders, and then one-on-one out wide, a big man against a small man. Chances are the big man's going to come through.
Well, kick-off, it is the Warriors all of a sudden, after trailing in that first half. They've now got a very good lead, 24-14. These big ball runners really do take their toll after a period of time, don't they? And there's so many of them, it's just relentless. And here is another man, Lasoni. Lasoni, we've already seen him score 1 in the first half. Oh, is this going to be the try? Oh, that would have been the try of the season for Lasoni. Play on it is, of course, charging for the line. And here comes a penalty for the Warriors.
Hold it there, mate. You hold.
Well, we were urging Lasoni to go all the way there.
Well, the big prop forward had numbers inside and out, but he wanted to get the try himself. Some great work. We saw him run a good line in the first half. He did the same or similar line that time.
Wow, what a wake-up call to the Bulldogs here in the second half. 5 minutes. And the Warriors, just like they did last week, really firing up in the second half. Here is Lasoni. After that big run, Robinson gives it back to Lino. Lino, they swing it on the left-hand side, and it's been lost. And away come the Bulldogs, running downfield.
Play on, play on.
And here inside the Warriors half. What a spectacular start to the second half. Umbai has the ball. Rintol on the left-hand side settles it down for the visiting team.
It's one. Okay.
Umbai. We catch our breath. Fuilalo.
Move, Warriors! 2, 6.
Good stuff so far in this second half. As Kamato swings it on the left-hand side. Sela was looming up there, didn't get the ball.
Hold square. Okay.
Rintol at dummy half. Big dummy sold there by Kamato.
It's 4.
Couple of metres out, so the question's now been asked of the Warriors. Driven back was Fuka. Out of the backs it comes. Templeman on the right-hand side. Here is Fuka again. Fuka, he's got gas to burn, this fellow. But he's tackled nicely there by Finau. There's Templeman over in the corner. He's not. The flag is up.
Well, he's backed himself. Patrick Templeman gone down the short side.
Well, are they going to do a captain's challenge here?
That was the last, yeah.
So we'll have a look here at the replay.
Sorry, bud. Sorry, mate.
He comes out of dummy half. Gets the ball in one hand. His effort, he gets up a little too late. That right foot planted over the sideline first. But good play. You love seeing players back themselves. And he's been good today. Templeman had his hand in all 3 of Sela's tries. Wanted to bag one for himself.
Well, a spectacular start to the second half. Richie, catch your breath.
Yes, I'm really impressed actually with this Patrick Templeton. As you mentioned there before, Glenn, this game is going back and forth. Really posing threat from both these teams. Got to be on guard with your defence. But particularly attention is to Patrick Templeton. He's been fantastic. He's been in everything. His support play is fantastic. He poses a lot of options with it for his halves out wide, and he threw that pass there early on in the first half for John Sela to score that try. So he's got an all-round good game, this bloke.
Well, it's the modern-day fullback, isn't it, Rich? The way that they have to link as another passer. They have to have threat and attack. He's certainly got all that.
Get up.
So Sam Lasoni plays the ball. They're inside the Bulldogs half. Off the bench comes Vince for another one of these tremendous ball-running front rowers that the Warriors churn out at this level. Lino. David Barner runs through the gap.
It's okay. One marker.
Quick play the ball. Off goes Hukatai. Natawa Hukatai.
No, milking.
8 metres out. Robinson keeps it on the left-hand side. Lino. Lolohea. And now Lolohea still has possession, but it's been turned over, of course. That was the last tackle.
Not played at by the Bulldogs. Let's see the Warriors' defence. They're very keen to get off the line. They need to be disciplined as well. Can't give away penalty.
C is back on for the Bulldogs. Impressive first half from him. Well, the Warriors did their best to shell-shock the Bulldogs early in that first 5 minutes.
Surrender!
Bulldogs conceded that try, of course, but
3.
come out of it reasonably well. Although they do trail by 10 points. Here's Vargas, who's on there now for his first taste of action in the night. Look at Minnett. There goes Minnett firing through the centre. He's got huge pace for a big man. David Minnett. They told me he's going to go all the way, and no, he's missed a try. Fantastic. Who has scored again. Try number 4 for John Sela.
Well, yeah, I was actually hoping that Minnett would go all the way there, because he's been outstanding for this Bulldog side. He stepped up when needed, always punching through the line. He's ran for 152 metres now. There we go, just off the outside foot, straight through a gap, and then skips across the field. Cutter goes for a slide, and then a nice dish off, and Sela gets his 4th.
Nice work here. He cuts inside the A defender, and Minnett runs through, and next, I don't have to say the rest, but straight to John Sela. Fantastic.
Wow, what an entertaining second half we've seen. 10 minutes only played. Seems like we've been here for half an hour.
Well, I'd expect a lot more.
Well, we've seen so much attacking qualities in this Bulldogs side over the season so far. 34 points per game. Remember, they're scoring or they're averaging. And John Sealer, 4 tries in this game today. You tipped him in the first half, Owen.
Oh, look, he's
5 tries, maybe.
You just got to get him the ball. It's the transition from attack to defence for both of these sides. One missed tackle, and now capitalising post points.
I've got to admire 2-minute linking up with a teammate there. He could have stayed on that line down the centre with no support.
Well, he made the break on the right side of the field, and he's come across and given it to the left winger.
Yeah, very well done. Now Templeman again. He's getting very good practice from this left-hand touch line. Looks like he's nailed that one. Boom.
What a kick.
Just when the Bulldogs needed to strike back, they did. 24-20. 12 minutes into the second half.
Well, the Cowboys, the Bulldogs, I should say, 7 line breaks. Warriors 5. You'd have to attribute a couple of those to that man there, Minute. And then again, great finish.
So 24 points to 20. You get the feeling there's going to be plenty more action in this game over these last 27 minutes.
Oh, indeed. Richie, I see John Ackland down sideline talking to his players. It's not something that we normally see. Acker's down there.
I've got to say, Owen, he's probably enjoying this contest, and he's really getting himself involved, and he desperately wants to get one over this Bulldog side. He realised last week was disappointing. He sees this as a great opportunity to really seal a win. And I think this game's going to go right to the one we mentioned before.
Mbai plays the ball, and here is the set again. Kamoto gives it back to Jalen Graham.
Get there, get there. Keep this one.
It's allowed to bounce by Hukatai.
That's what it is. Here.
And there's Taylor. We haven't seen him for quite some time, James Taylor. He has a knee problem. He'll be disappointed. Didn't play last week. Injured in this game today.
They suggest he wouldn't come back. The longer you wait on the sideline with ice on your leg, the seizes up, the less likelihood of getting movement in that joint.
Alamoti Finau plays the ball. Downfield goes Mason Leno. Oh, and he's nudged that one out on the full.
We saw Templeman do the exact same thing in the first half. Looking for a 40-20. And just putting a little too much side action on it. Pushing it about a metre wide.
John Ackland was referring to his troops just before, saying that he's sick of players, defenders, sliding across and not forcing the inside runners to make a decision on the person with the ball. So he's not a very happy man at the moment, but I'm sure that's probably good advice right about now.
Thanks, mate.
Off the scrum feed goes David Minute.
Square up.
Come on, go.
There goes Mbai. They're looming on the left again. Tackled this time is Sean Lane. He's lost the ball, has he?
Well, Faitala Mariner coming across and cover defence, suggesting to the referee that there was a knock on, and there was indeed. Just looking to get the ball around the back. Looking for the pass. And there it is.
James Ralphs it was in the end who spilled the ball. Here is dead even at the moment. 24-20 the score, remember. 4 tries apiece. Warriors goal kicking just proving the difference at the moment is Fusi Tua.
Hold here, hold, go.
Brings it up on the left-hand side. Here's Finau again.
Roll out of there, Bulldogs. Dogs.
Here we go, Dogs.
Mark square.
So Lasoni has just come off. Albert Vetti has gone back on. He's heavily strapped left knee, so they're down on troops at the moment. Early on, James Taylor has gone off, and it doesn't look likely that he'll return. So it puts a lot of stress on their bench at the moment.
Here is Vetti. Robinson swings it out to Lino. Here is one of the try scorers, Faitala Mariner, who has put one of his players into it.
Great ball.
Carter. Solomoni Carter in the right wing corner.
Well, Mariner, we saw him earlier come up with a play on his own, running to the line, going through. It puts the defensive line in two minds now. They're thinking, is he going to run? What's he going to do this time? A perfect pre-line pass to Cutter, hitting a hole. And the Warriors strike back.
Well, the beneficiary there, Solomoni Carter. Watch this run here from Faitala Mariner. Then the offload, that was the key, of course. Nice variety to the Warriors' attack.
Well, great skill. He catches the ball in two hands, goes to the line, in and away, and then Cutter on the spot, hits the right hole. The Warriors now gaining some ascendancy.
His fifth try of the season. Solomoni Carter, of course, he went through Sacred Heart College in Auckland as a rugby union player, born in Tonga. Only been in New Zealand a couple of years, but the Warriors saw something special in him while playing rugby union at Sacred Heart College in Auckland and managed to lure him over to the 13-man code, and he's making every post a winner this season, isn't he?
Well, this is his fifth game now. He scored 5 tries. He's got a whole host of skills as well. He's a goal kicker. I believe he's the fastest or quickest over 40 metres in the squad. And he's a tough ball runner. Strong leg drive. Good player.
So Mason Lino lining up his this conversion. Oh, he's nailed it, has he? And that is an excellent goal, and that is the 100th goal in Mason Lino's Junior Warriors career. Started this game with 95 goals, now has 100. 5 out of 5 on the night for Mason Lino.
Oh, he's been good with the boot. We see the play again. Great skill. And a great line run by Cutter. Really has been Mason Lino's kicking. The difference just pushes that margin out for the Warriors.
So 30 points to 20 it is. We've just got over 20 minutes to play in this game. Highly entertaining Holden Cup match here, folks, between the Junior Warriors and the Junior Bulldogs. Really is good stuff from both teams, and the Junior Warriors again showing how much brute force they have combined with outstanding skill, as we saw in that last try created by this chap, Faitala Mariner.
He's out now, he's out. Release the ball.
Sorry.
Scored 1 try himself in the game so far as Kurt Robinson nips away from dummy half.
10, 12, 4, Holdy, go.
Someone's lost the ball, and it's going to be a turnover.
On contact.
That was Hukatai losing the ball. He carries the ball out in front in one hand with a bit of space between the ball and his body. Increases the margin of error. You see him carry the ball, one hand, loose carry, and a good collision there from Perrott. Should say Carter forces the ball loose.
So possession for the Bulldogs. They'll be keen to strike back here. Matthew Fukafuka.
He's crawling again.
Completion rate's quite low from both teams, Owen, but it's been highly entertaining despite that.
Well, it has. A great game so far, and I can tell you the Bulldogs aren't done.
Carter, minute, comes from a long way back to hit that one up.
Hold here.
He's lost the ball, has he, or is someone injured? He's got a cramp. Don't know if I'd put my hands in Blake Carter. asphyxia cramp, but there you go.
Right, play, Dave.
What is that?
Wait for you, mate.
Wait.
I think he just wants to get the game going again, doesn't he, Blake Carter?
Hold here. Tackles.
The Bulldogs number 9. Oh, solid hit there on Lane.
That's Frizz.
Straight out there now. 15.
Hold here, Warriors.
Bulldogs will be not wanting to lose him. David Minnett played very well in this match so far. Perrott offloads the ball coming in from a mile back. Was Carter. Carter gives it to Templeman. Templeman goes to the right-hand side. Has hardly seen the ball all day. On the right-hand side, and there's Fuka. But the try is not going to be awarded.
Bulldogs. Out here. I know that. Knock on Bulldogs.
He might review this, mate.
The knock-on called against the Bulldogs. The ball goes up. And right there, they're saying there was a hand from the Dogs.
Bulldogs are just being asked by the referee whether they want a challenge. Yes, it is going to be challenged. So the issue in question here is Dwayne Leolavavi, the right winger, who's hardly touched the ball in the game.
No, I called time off same time. Same time.
Let's see if the referees get this one right.
Here it is, the first ruling. Are they onside?
Ooh, well, that one over there, that's an interesting one, isn't it? The player on the far right-hand side.
Well, you'd have to say he was in front of the kicker. I'd have to say it was a penalty, offside.
Let's see if you're right, Owen. Chances are, I think you'll be spot on.
Here's the challenge in the air. Comes off the Bulldogs player. He's facing the Warriors goal line, so you have to think that that ball's gone forward.
I don't think, too, there's any doubt that he did knock it on as well.
Well, they've obviously missed the offside. Here it is again in the slow motion. Bulldogs hand to it. Yeah, it's gone forward.
Yeah, Leolavavi has definitely knocked that ball on.
Got a knock on. No more challenges for Bulldogs this half. Wait.
So with that challenge, interesting system they have. We see it in other sports, of course. No more challenges left for the Bulldogs in the match. One wrong, one per half. You've just seen.
Off the legs, 11.
Away come the Warriors on the left-hand side. David Fusitua, leading try scorer for the Warriors this season. He has 6 before this match. Bana.
Roll out there, 16.
Wait.
Sorry. Hold it. Go.
Of course, his try scoring has been equalled by Tui Moala Lolohea, who scored 2 in this game, also now has 6 for the season. Here is Lino. Wanting his hands on the ball.
Off now 10, square up.
There's Albert Vete and Lino. Now looking for some field position. Driving the Bulldogs back towards their own goal line as Templeman
Keep this one, mate. Yes.
gives it to Sealer.
Right, there's
Here's 10
one.
Warriors.
Ball, 6. Yours.
Here is Leo Lavave.
Come on, score.
Here, 10. Go.
So much attention on the left-hand side for the Bulldogs. He's hardly touched the ball. I think that's only his 2nd or 3rd touch in the game. Sealer gets his hands on the ball for the 2nd time in the set. And we got a Warriors penalty.
Like Cardinals in there, in possession of the ball, just trying to get up a little too quickly, plays the ball facing the wrong way. Really important set here defensively, Richie, for the Bulldogs.
Certainly. They were making good yards there. Good runs from dummy half. Really strong, punching through. And to give a penalty on the 3rd tackle, that's just disappointing. And it welcomes the Warriors back in for the attack. Got a wind in the sails at the moment. They'll be rubbing their hands whether they go left or right, down to the likes of Adam Tumivavi-Gerard, who's seen the ball and posted some great options on the right-hand edge here for the Warriors.
Well, that was the 4th penalty they've conceded in the 2nd half. The Bulldogs and Warriors are yet to concede a penalty. So it's good possession for the Warriors off the back of those penalty decisions. Here's Albert Vete. Charging up towards the 10-metre line.
Now 15 off the ball. 3.
Fualalo goes low for the Bulldogs on that occasion. Lolohea shifts the ball out onto the left-hand side. This is Tuamavavi Gerard.
Now, Bulldogs!
Last tackle for the Warriors. Back to Lolohea it goes. What are they going to do here? Lino.
Move!
Albana plays on. Here comes Lino. Moving into the left-hand side. Beautiful pass from Mason Lino. Another try to the Warriors. That was a pinpoint pass.
Well, he looked up and he saw that there was an opportunity out on the left edge. And he's picked out Fusitua with a great pass. Cut out a couple of runners. Here it is here, Lino. As a look up, they had a massive overlap. And puts the ball on the spot.
Well, Mason Lino, Rishi Barnes, had a wonderful game. Perfect kicking record, and his kicking game, other than one being out on the full, has been good. And that pass, tremendous.
Tremendous pass, exactly. The way he ran to the line and then came across and fired that pass wide. Fusitua ran that brilliant line. That's his 7th this season. And he's a try-scoring machine on the left-hand edge. He hasn't seen much ball. Both centres haven't seen much ball at all, but you could just sense that the set beforehand, they were trying to bring Carter into the game and try to use the likes of Mariner as a foil and bring back Carter as a damaging runner. They should try that more often.
Well, Mason Lino has had a fabulous match. 19 years old, the New Zealand residence under 18s player the last 2 years. And here he is trying to kick his 6th goal of the night. Score remains 34-20. 14 minutes to play. There's that pass again, and Fusitua, the timing on that pass was tremendous as well, wasn't it? Absolutely perfect. Very little the Bulldogs could have done there. 34-20 it is. 13 minutes to play. 6 strikes to 4. The Warriors in front. And a highly entertaining game, and here comes Albert Vete.
Come on, straight up there.
Here's 10. Hold.
One
Go.
marker.
Second marker, 9.
Bulldogs defence getting settled in this set now as Robinson keeps it close to the ruck.
Push, penalty.
Can't push him down.
Penalty count is really mounting against the Bulldogs in the second half.
Well, it hurts you, doesn't it? When you've got a big, powerful side like the Warriors, who are playing some pretty good footy, coming up with the right options. The 5-0 penalty count in the second half certainly doesn't help your cause. Just gives them easy meters. The Warriors are great at a dummy half. They've got big men that carry the ball really well. So they're going to get meters anyway, but then when you give them 20 or 30, they turn those yardage sets into attacking sets.
By Tyler Mariner. Good start to the set for the Warriors. Seal gives it to his mate Lino. David Barner, as he does so well, just straightens the point of the attack. Here's the Warriors' excellent positions left or right. There's a good short pass from Vete this time. Now we're seeing another penalty, and this one has got the interest of the referees.
Well, I suggest they've got to talk to the skipper. 6 penalties in the second half, far too many.
Mate, I don't like the way he come in at the legs with the shoulder. It's going on report.
It's a pretty hard one to take, man. He's charging onto it just on a short tip on out.
Mate, fair enough, but I didn't like that, all right? The other thing is, last few penalties against your team, you have a problem in the first half. Let's get back to discipline.
Hey, mate.
Discipline.
Well, Moses Mbai is getting the clear message here. It's one of the players coming here. Oh, yes. I don't know if much will be made of that, but...
It's gone on for the grass cutter. No attempt to wrap the shoulders.
Definitely an illegal play as Jalen Graham gets placed on report. And now the Warriors can really sew this game up with a try here. Vetti. Seal keeps it tight on the left-hand side. Here's Lolohea. We know how dangerous this is. He's going for a hat-trick. Is he over the line? Yeah. But he's held up.
Out there, mate. Marcus. Just on their feet. Marcus up, muscle
Dangerous close to the line, isn't he?
Well, he's a good player. Good footwork. Keeps the defensive line guessing.
Vetti passes the ball this time. Fires it out in the backs. Here comes back Mariner. Faitala Mariner, who's tackled 15 metres out. Hukatai plays dummy half. Straight ahead goes Lasoni.
15 here. Just straight up and play it. Last one.
Seal. On the last tackle goes Lino, looking for his winger on the left-hand side. It's Fino out there. Fusitua keeps the ball alive. Lolohea. Nice little option, but in the end it's been beautifully picked up by Templeman.
Oh, great work, Templeman, under pressure. Big play for his side. They've got to score points very soon if they want to get back in this one.
Yes, the clock is counting down. The time is definitely the enemy there. Look at that possession from the Junior Warriors in the last 5 minutes. Almost 100 to nothing, 96 to 4.
Release now, Warriors. Four.
And that's just an example of the discipline that we've seen the Bulldogs fall away in the last 5 minutes, giving the Warriors too much possession. Carter, right on his own 40-metre line. There goes Lloyd Perrick firing up. That's a poor decision that time from Lloyd Perrick.
Well, there's nothing there. There's no support. He's gone for the flip pass where he's falling to the ground. If he had executed the pass well, there was no one in support, so he just had to take that ball to ground. He done great work here, skipping on the outside of his defender. And then a poor option.
So more possession for the Warriors. 34 to 20. Been some great stuff in this game, particularly from that chap Lasoni. Try in the first half off the bench, tremendous run in the second half, almost a solo 80-minute try.
Here again, hold.
Vetti, Lino, David Barner.
Good shot.
Sure was.
Sean Lane.
Seal keeps it on the left-hand side, Lolohea. Adam Tuamavavi Gerard plays the ball. Lost it, has he? There's going to be another penalty against the Bulldogs. So this is just all playing into the Warriors' hands at the moment. Vetti. 5 metres out. The Junior Warriors looking to get to 40 points. That penalty count really mounting against the Bulldogs. Unbelievable number of penalties to the Warriors in this second half. Faitala Mariner. Oh, skipping out a dummy. Catching them asleep. It's Michael Seal. Let's play on. Wow, how was that not a try?
Oh, great effort.
Stuff.
Great effort.
Who was that?
He looked for all money as if he was going to score.
That's 2.
Time off.
Now there's a nasty head clash, I think, here. Referees were concerned for the health of one of the players. How on earth did Seal not score this try? Here we are, let's have a look.
Well, it's a 16. Comes up with a strip. Of course, you can strip the ball in the motion of scoring a try. There it is, James Ralphs. Great play. For all money, Michael Seal was going in.
One person must get the kids, get them back here, okay, and let them wave their crowd and that sort of stuff.
So one of the Warriors players is down in back play.
Got 1-0 on first.
Vete
yeah.
checking his knee.
That's the knee that's not strapped, ironically.
No worries. Comma Sampson about to enter the field.
So that was why the referee stopped play. They were just concerned when Lino went in there. Shoulder contacted with one of the Bulldogs head of the players, and that was Minute putting a big shot on one of the Warriors.
Oh, well, Cutter come in for the big collision. Minute, he just bumped them off, earned a side a penalty.
He's not going to come off second very often, is he, David Minute?
Yeah, Dave. Way you go, you good there?
Well, they've got to score 3 times. Ooh. The Dogs. It suggests that they've got to get points here. We haven't seen Sealer touch the ball too much in the second half. Probably because the Bulldogs haven't been down the Warriors' end. They get the chance now, they're going out to the right.
Away goes Ralphs. He saved the try a moment ago at the other end of the field. Here's Carter. This is Fualalo. Getting near the danger zone. Blake Carter swings it to Perrott. Perrott out to Umbai. Umbai gives it to that man. Sealer got Sealer.
Oh, you just got to give him the ball, don't you? It was a good challenge there for the Warriors defender. But just the size and the power of the Bulldogs winger. Very Jonah-esque.
Well, it's probably going to be in a losing effort, but what a try-scoring machine this guy is.
Well, the long ball gets him on the outside. And just brushing defenders away.
Oh, and here's Templeman kicking from the left-hand touch again. This time it's waved away. 34-24 it is. Just under 6 minutes to play in this one.
Well, they knew that they had to come up with points. They did it. Courtesy of that man. He's a big unit.
With 5 tries, you would start to wonder when he's going to play first grade.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Matter of a win, isn't it?
Well, Mitch Brown at the moment the top side, along with Sam Perrott. They've got someone breathing down their necks, that's for sure.
Oh, Vete takes a spot on the bench. He's contributed pretty well in this game, you'd have to say. A lot of those Warriors forwards, particularly with the ball in hand, again, Owen, have been very effective. Here it comes out to Sealer again.
With the clock counting down, you'd have to say that the Dogs will probably have 3 sets with the ball, this included. They need to score twice.
Tell you what, then, they're leaving their game out on the field here, and there's going to be a penalty against the Warriors.
On the ball, you're on the ball.
Well, Minute milked that one.
Well, calm heads need to prevail here for the Warriors. They need their leaders to step up and just calm the ship. A good set defensively.
It's discretionary. It's a discretion penalty. You can't challenge discretion. There you go. Discretion. Second effort push.
They're trying to challenge the decision. Referee said he can't. Not in that instance.
Well, time running out for the Bulldogs, but here's Rintol really making sure that the Warriors are going to earn their victory. And what better way to earn their victory than posting another try and get within a game-winning margin. This is SC getting very close to the goal line. Very close. Carter. The Bulldogs ending this game very strongly. Out the back door it goes. Minutes. Carter keeps the ball alive.
All short there. Last one.
And Lloyd Perrott. 2 minutes to go.
Clear.
There's the kick for Sealer. No, it's going to be not number 6.
20.
But a bounce of the ball it could have been.
Well, the Warriors have been ruled to have knocked that ball dead. The kick was good, maybe one bounce too many for Sealer on the charge. And Hukatai, it was Lolo here, getting back, putting the ball dead. What was the margin? You said that they average a game, the Bulldogs?
On the line.
Well, they scored 34 points per game.
Well, there you go. The Warriors have 34. 3 minutes to go. Suggest the Dogs, they've got to score, and they've got to score early.
Well, they've got to score now, don't they, Owen? They really do. And then we could be in for an absolute grandstand finish.
Square up, square up.
Still play left, and they like the way the Bulldogs are finishing here as Kata comes up and makes a big tackle, but a very quick play the ball. Could catch the Warriors on the hop. Sealer, that's a beautiful sleight of hand there, inside to Rinto.
He's held.
Well, he's got to go from dummy half, surely. Sealer.
Someone has gone from dummy half. I think it's Carter, but he's been held up.
Well, that's the third time today the Warriors have stopped the Bulldogs over the try line, holding them up.
Time's off. Run 4.
Great effort.
Markers, boys. Markers, Warriors.
Well, Andy Patmore, the coach of the Bulldogs, will be absolutely delighted with the way his team's finishing here.
Run 4.
Well, I suggest John Ackland be very happy too with the way the boys are turning up in defence.
So the Bulldogs carry on. They keep their opportunities alive, do they? Out on the right-hand side goes Leo Lavapi. Taken midfield. There's one of the replacements play. I think that's Lane. And it's a turnover. That was the last tackle.
Marcus, stay here, nice and close, thanks. Nice and close.
Well, they needed something better than that.
Marcus.
They had to get the ball to one of their halves.
Go.
The Warriors, they step up defensively, and they shut this one down.
It's one.
Well, they needed to score then, didn't they, Richie?
Keep those markers square.
Well, I don't think going through the middle was going to be the answer. You know that the defence of the Warriors are condensed, and the options out wide were probably the best option for the Bulldogs. At times they tried to ram 2 or 3 players over the line where all the defenders were. It's not smart play, and it's desperation play.
Up now, 4. Clear him.
Go.
Blake Carter's taken off. He looks a bit under the weather now. Giving it everything, Blake Carter, the 19-year-old.
Well, there've been some solid performers on both sides. I've got to say, minute for the Bulldogs has been outstanding. 213 metres he's ran for 14 carries, 25 tackles.
That's a penalty. That wasn't going to carry on. That wasn't going to be counting if the ball stayed in there anyway. The referee's come back for a penalty. I think he was offside.
Great effort. Both these sides. The Warriors, after a 2-point loss last weekend to the side that was sitting at the foot of the table, were desperate to come out here and prove themselves against a side that's been in the top 4 for most of the season. And they've done that. They've stepped up. They've accepted the challenge. They've showed character. And they're going to get the result.
Yeah, they showed a ton of character coming back from last week. This Bulldogs side is not a shabby side. They're sitting 5th in the table. They have the best attack in the competition this season so far, the Bulldogs. And for the Warriors to repel that with a victory, pretty impressive performance. And you'd have to say several of these Warriors players have distinguished themselves fairly well in this game as the match is all over. Very good second half performance from the junior Warriors. Here's one of the stars of the team, Solomoni Kata, but it's a 10-point victory. 6 tries to 5 it was for the junior Warriors, and a 10-point winning margin.